everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today we are going to be working on a dog or cat sweater. It's going to fit up to a 5-pound pet. And we're going to start that in just a moment. Hi everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today we are going to be making a extra small dog sweater or cat sweater. You are going to need some yarn. I am using 4-ply medium weight or worsted weight yarn. This is Burnett Premium. The color is Iced Aqua. You are going to need a 5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, scissors, and I think that's about it. Okay, so let's get started. You are going to start by crossing your yarn, and you are going to chain 40. That's 40, okay? So there we go. So now that you have 40 chains, we're gonna, without twisting our chain, we're gonna go into that very first one we made, and we are going to do a slip stitch. So with your working yarn, yarn over, pull through, and then we're gonna chain up 2. 1, 2. Now the chain does not count as a stitch, so I want you to start making half double crochets. So yarn over the hook, into the chain, pull through, yarn over, go through all 3 loops. That is a half double crochet. I want you to do this all the way around and meet me back. Okay, so I have done my 40 stitches around. So now what I want you to do is to slip stitch in the top of the chain 2. Here we go. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start working full double crochets. So yarn over into the stitch, pull through, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops. Now that's a regular double crochet. So let's do it again. Yarn over into the stitch, pull through, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops. Do that all the way around. You will end up with 40 stitches. Do not count the chain 3 as a stitch. Okay, so I'm done my 40 double crochets. So something that I do that prevents my stitches from ending up going diagonal is I slip stitch 1 round into the chain, and then I slip stitch the next round into the stitch. So this would be the round that I would slip stitch into the stitch. There we go. We're going to chain up 1 this time, and this time we are going to do single crochets all around. So far we did half double crochet as our base. We did double crochet, which is part of the pattern. And now we are doing a single crochet. To do a single crochet, you go in the stitch, pull through, yarn over through the 2 loops. Into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over through the 2 loops. Do this all the way around until you have 40 stitches. Now you're probably wondering, why does she always say until you have 40 stitches? Well, it's because until you're confident with your stitches, you should be counting every round. And I have been crocheting since I was 3, and I am now 50, and I still count my rounds all the time. It does not mean that you're not a good crocheter. It just means you're conscientious of your work. So do a round of single crochet and then meet me back. Okay guys, so now we're going to slip stitch into that chain 1. Now we're going to chain up 3. This is where we're beginning to see the cable is this row we're going to start working. So we're going to do a double crochet, yarn over into the stitch, pull through 2 loops, through 2 loops. Now we are going to do a treble crochet. So yarn over once, yarn over twice. We are going around the post. So we did a double crochet here, so we're going to skip this post, but we're going to go into this post. We're going behind it, just like that. And this is from the row underneath the single crochet. We pull through, we go through 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops. Okay, so this is what we've got here. Then we're going to yarn over twice. We are going to skip the next post, which is this post, and go into the post after that. Go from around the back. We're going to go through 2 loops, through 2 loops, through 2 loops. Sorry, I doubted myself for a minute there. Okay. I had to just double check. So yarn over twice, go behind the next post, pull through, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops. Yarn over twice, and this post that we skipped back here, we're going backwards for it. Pull through, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, and then so the one that we would have gone in, but instead we went backwards, we're going to go in that one now. So yarn over twice, behind that post, pull through, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops. At the back, you should have missed 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the next one, we're going to do a double crochet. So yarn over into the stitch, pull through 2 loops, through 2 loops. Then we're going to do another double crochet. And then we're going to do another cable. So see how that looks? Here we go. Okay. So we skipped 2 double crochets. So yarn over twice. And in that third post, you see what I mean there? So that was the last post we worked around. We did 2 just normal. So now we're going to go through 2 loops, through 2 loops, through 2 loops. Yarn over twice, skip 1. Go behind that post, pull through, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops. Yarn over twice, go to the next one. Pull through 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, yarn over twice, go back to the one you skipped, pull through, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, and then go to the next one in line, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops. Looking at the back, you should have missed 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that 6th one, you're just doing a double crochet. 1, 2. So see, this is the beginning of our cables. Okay, and we're going to do one more cable. So yarn over twice, skip those 2 posts. We're going into the 3rd post. Pull through, yarn over through 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, yarn over twice. Skip 1 post, go to the next one. Yarn over, go through 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, yarn over twice. Into the next one. 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, yarn over twice. Go to the one you skipped. Go through 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops. Yarn over twice, go into that last one. Through 2 loops, through 2 loops, through 2 loops. at the back, you should have 5 that were not worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the 6th, you are going to do your double crochet, and we're just going to continue double crocheting around to the other side. And you still will have 40 stitches. Okay, around to the other side, and then meet me back. So I've finished this row, and if we're following in sync, so this would have been slip stitch into the chain, slip stitch into the stitch, slip stitch into the chain. This one's gonna be slip stitch into the stitch. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna chain up 1, and we're gonna single crochet around this row, just like before. Single crochet in every stitch. Into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, go through the 2 loops. So do that and meet me back. Okay, so I slip stitch into the chain. I chained up 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna do our double crochet. Just like we did last time. Now we're gonna yarn over twice, and we're gonna do a treble, but we're just going around the treble that we did last time. Okay, so through 2 loops, through 2 loops, through 2 loops, yarn over twice, skip 1, which is this one, and then we're going into this. Pull through 2 loops, through 2 loops, through 2 loops, yarn over twice, go around that one, through 2 loops, through 2 loops, through 2 loops, yarn over twice, go back for the one you missed, around it, 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, yarn over twice, the one that should have been next, through 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops. Look at the back. You're gonna have 5 you missed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the 6th one, we're doing a double crochet. And then in that next one, we're doing a double crochet. Then we're doing yarn over twice, going around that treble from the row that we did trebles on. And you're gonna continue this for the trebles, and then you're just gonna do double crochet around the back. So do that and meet me back. Okay, so I've gone all the way around again, and I have 40 stitches. And let's see, we're in chain, stitch, chain, stitch, chain, stitch. So we're going into the stitch. Now I want you to repeat these 2 rows until, so that would be the row of single crochet and then the treble double crochet, until you have 5 of these little things. And I want you to end on this row, okay? On the row with the double and treble crochets. So I want you to have 5. See how there's this cross piece from your cable? I want you to have 5 of these cross pieces total. So keep doing that until you've got 5 of these, ending with the double crochet, treble crochet row, and then meet me back. Okay guys, so I've just finished this round. I'm gonna slip stitch into the stitch. Okay, and then I want you to chain up 2. So see, we've got 5 of those little cross pieces from our cable. So we're ready to continue with the rest. Now, I want you to notice that the cabling causes the front to kind of pucker a bit. So this would be a item that you could possibly block. I don't. Most of my customers, actually all of my customers, have never said anything about it being a little bit shorter on the back than on the chest area. But I mean, if you're a perfectionist, by all means, go ahead. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch back to half double crochet. And we are going to pick up 20 stitches of half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and just a recap, that's yarn over into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, go through all 3 loops. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. We're going to chain up 2, turn our work, and now we're going to work back and forth on those 20 stitches for a total of 6 rows. This already counts as row 1. So 6 rows total. Meet me back. Okay, so I've done my 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I am just going to make my loop big, cut my yarn. I'm going to put that tail through the loop and very gently pull it too. I just don't want it to come undone, okay? We're not pulling it tight yet. Now going to the stitches we didn't work. See here where there's a stitch that has a stitch in it? We're going to go in there and I hold my yarn at the back. I pull it through and we're going to chain up 2. 1, 2. And on these stitches, we're going to pick up 20 half double crochets just like we did before. So do that and meet me back. So I've done my 20 half double crochets. I'm going to chain up 2. I'm going to turn my work. Now, this is the chest part of the sweater. So we are going to decrease at each end of the rows because we don't want all that bulk in our little, pet's chest area. So I'm going to show you how to do a decrease. So yarn over into the stitch, pull through, yarn over into the next stitch, pull through. You're going to have 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 5 hoops. That has just turned 2 stitches into 1. Okay, so this row is going to have 18 stitches, so that counts as 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to count down to 17, okay? 4, 5, 6. And if you haven't had a chance, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. 8, 9, 10, 11, and hit the little bell notification. Sometimes it doesn't work though, so just check back on Thursdays. I try and do my new tutorials every Thursday. 6, I lost count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, and we don't count the chains, so 15, 16, and 17. Now we're going to turn those last 2 stitches into 1. Yarn over into the stitch, pull through, yarn over into the next stitch, pull through, 5 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. yarn over, go through all 5 loops. Chain up 2, turn your work, and now we're going right into another decrease. So yarn over into the stitch, pull through, yarn over into the next stitch, pull through, 5 loops, 2, 4, 5, yarn over, go through all 5 loops. I want you to repeat this until you're down to 10 stitches, okay? So do that, meet me back. So I'm down to 10 stitches, so here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna reach to that back panel here, and we are gonna slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. Okay? The top of the chain 2. We're gonna chain up 2 and make our loop big. Now we're gonna go to that one that we did not pull tight. We're gonna make it a little bigger, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're now gonna reach to the chest area, and we're gonna slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. Pull through, and this time we're gonna pull our tail through our loop, and we're pulling tight. And then I usually just tuck that down the middle to get it out of my way. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to, with the right side facing you, you're just gonna pick up 30 half double crochets in the round, and so this is the neck. And just like before, we're gonna go into the chain, go into the stitch, go into the chain, and we're gonna do this for 3 rounds, okay? So 30 stitches, not counting that double crochet. So you do that and meet me back. Okay guys, so I have done my last round of the 3 rounds of 30 half double crochet. I'm just slip stitching. I'm gonna cut my yarn, put my tail through my loop, pull tight, and that's it guys. This is your sweater. So of course you're gonna need to hide your yarn ends, and I have tutorials on how to do that if you're new to crocheting. I'll put links in the description. And I'm gonna put some buttons. Again, I have tutorials on how to do that. I'll put a link in the description as well. And yeah guys, that's it. So as I said before, I hope you liked the video. If you had any value in the video, please hit that like button. Leave a comment. I would love to know where you're watching from. It always really surprises me how far reaching my videos are. And yeah, isn't that adorable? I just love it. Oh. Okay, have a great day. Bye now.